for me. Now this was a second, maybe. It was pretty cool. And I will just tell you this before I end tonight. I will tell you this little story because it's all over the internet. People see it and they send it to me and they write to me and they call me and say, I heard this incredible story about the SR-71. You got to hear it. And I go like, hey, I wrote that. It's in my book. I'm the guy. And they go, no, this is different. I heard it. And I go, okay, moron. I wrote it. I'm the guy. So I'm going to tell it to you so you people are educated and you know. And then when you hear it and you'll see it on the internet. You'll say, no, he told it to us. One day, and this was, by the way, Smithsonian Magazine called me this year when they had their 50th anniversary thing about the jet. Said, your story is the single most popular SR story in history. It is. Would you please write down when it was in the magazine? I said, wow, I believe it, because everywhere I go, people are saying. So I'm going to tell it to you right now, and you better listen carefully. One day, Walter and I are doing a training mission around the United States. We take off out of Sacramento, hit a tanker in Idaho, accelerate up to Montana, hit the high Mach over Denver, hang a right in Santa Fe, out over Los Angeles, up to Seattle, back into Sacramento, 2 hours, 20 minutes. And then you do it backwards just to gain time and experience. It's just training, just a couple of refuelings in there. We made the turn at Santa Fe, and we're over Tucson. And I can see downtown LA from Tucson. And it is a beautiful late in the afternoon, 6 o'clock October fall day. The whole western United States is bathed in a warm glow of just an October afternoon. Silence on the radio, smooth as glass, not a gauge moving in my cockpit. We're blowing cactus down 18 miles high. And I'm thinking, we bad. I'm looking in the mirror, oh yeah. And I feel sorry for Walter. He's got to monitor 5 radios in the back seat. So I flipped the switch up just to listen to what he's doing. Now, those of you that fly know that Center controls all the traffic out there. Albuquerque Center, Jacksonville Center, LA Center, they're all around the United States, controls you when you fly anywhere. We're above controlled airspace, so they're not talking to us, but they have us on their scope. And sure enough, everybody in those days, there wasn't GPS, they all want to know their ground speed. There's some Cessna guy, got to know his ground speed. Hey, LA Center, Cessna November Alpha Tango, you got a ground speed readout for us? Now, Center would like to say, hey pal, who cares? Get off freak. But he's not going to say that. Now, if, those of you that fly know this is true. Center will talk to you like you are somebody. Every guy at Center sounds like the same guy. You could be Joe Bag of Donuts on your first flight, or John Glenn. You get the same voice. Cessna November Alpha Tango, we show you 90 knots, 90 knots on the ground. And they sing it like that. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. And right after that, a twin Bonanza came up on Freak, I guess, to show the guy what real speed was. And LA Center, Twin Beach, you got a ground speed readout for us, you know. Center's rolling his eyes like, oh, it's Friday afternoon. Why me, God? But he is going to talk to him like he's Air Force One. Yeah, Twin Beach, we show you 120 knots on the ground. And right after that, a Navy F-18 out of Lemoore popped up on frequency. And you could tell it's a Navy guy because he talked very cool on the radio. Center Dusty 5-2 speed check. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Dusty 5-2 has a ground speed indicator in that $1 million F-18 cockpit. Why are we calling Center to broadcast our speed? Oh, I get it. We are just the meanest, baddest, fastest military jet in the valley today. We're taking our little Hornet jet over Mount Whitney and ripping through Death Valley, and we want everyone from Fresno to the coast to know what real speed is. And you can almost hear a little glee in the controller's voice, like we have put an end to this, kind of an etiquette thing. Dusty 5-2, we show you 620 knots on the ground. And there was a hush on frequency. There was an airliner from Seattle to San Diego that wanted to be next on frequency. And a 12-year-old was reaching for the mic button. And I said, oh no, Walter's in charge of the radios. We had all this simulator time. I used to fly single seat. Now I'm in the family model. We have a division of duties. I know. No, but it's the Navy. They must die, and it must die now. I said, no, but if I say anything, Walter will be upset. I want us to be a good crew. And at that moment, I heard a click of the mic button in the back seat. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter and I became a crew at that moment. Walter, in his very best innocent voice, Center, Aspen 30, have you got a ground speed readout for us? You could almost hear a collective gasp on frequency from everyone else, like, oh, the poor fools. It's just an etiquette thing. Center had to give you that same voice. They couldn't go, gee whiz, wowee, oh, hoo, yeah. No, it had to be that same voice. Aspen 30, we show you 1,987 knots on the ground. And when I knew I was going to like Walter for the next 4 years, when he came back and said, Center, we're showing a little closer to 2,000. And I just want you to know we did not hear another transmission all the way to the coast.